Morning, fellas. We're gonna be out here on a little fishing trip again today. We're gonna go to Perchy Creek again, but we're gonna go to a slightly different spot, and we're gonna catch some tanks today. That one I missed last time, he's going home today. Tell you what, we got ourselves all decked out. This is my other bike. I had to do some work to the back end of it to get it to hold 3 fishing rods, and you see your boy got a second one. So you know, it took some stuff. I had to build a bracket down here to hold the bottom of the rods and just figure out how all the stuff is gonna go on here. It's a little jigsaw puzzle, but anyway, we're gonna get at it. I got about 16 miles to go here to get to where we're going. So stay tuned, fellas. We're gonna get at it. I have to zigzag through one neighborhood after leaving my neighborhood to avoid too many city streets. And it's not too bad, you know. Left the house at 5:30 this morning. It's nice to get out on days like this. I like even leaving the house when the sun's not even up yet. And I'll do a good 15 miles just as the sun's starting to come up, and I'm out by those ponds out by out or close to Perchy Creek, out by Hyman Junction and stuff. And, man, it's just the sunrises just look so purple out there. All right, we're just now getting back off here in the wilderness here. These little overpasses like this, when the water's flowing through here pretty heavy, you can't really use the trail back here. This is we're coming up on Cape and Park over here, and then the paved trails will disappear for the rest of my trip. Yeah, the paved trails are only on this side of town. There's kind of some debate with the paved trails versus the gravel trails. The paved trails, there's a whole lot less maintenance, but they're super expensive to put in. The gravel trails are super cheap, but there's a lot of maintenance. Such as what was going on out there by on a fishing spot last time. They were out there dumping gravel and packing it back down just because it got all washed out last time it rained, you know. It cost a lot of money to have crew and equipment come out there and do stuff like that. Alright, see, this is Cape and Park. There we go. I like Cape and Park. I've spent a lot of time out in Cape and Park. I think this is Grindstone Creek. It's always usually pretty shallow like this, unless I get a good heavy rain flow. This is where there's an old silo out here. I've always thought I don't know anything about silos, so I don't know what kind of silo this is, but this used to be old farm property. Hope I went past it. can tell where there's all kinds of, well, they've painted over it because people have graffitied it, but there's all kinds of bullet holes in it and stuff. And there's some access panels on one side that go all the way up. And they've put, over the first couple of ones, they've bolted on steel so that people can't get in there. But, all right, folks, I got a ways to go, so we're gonna get to it and get to the spot. I'll get you back on when I get back over to that bridge on Perchy Creek. This isn't part of my YouTube video, but they had area closed signs. I went past it, and they've obviously fixed some stuff. But this is that research field. Look, that entire fence of that research field is down. The creek's right over there. That's Hingston, and it totally came over the top of the trail and flooded out into this field right here. Just totally knocked the fence down. Thought that was pretty wild. Anyway. All right, fellas, we is almost there. Got one last bridge to go over up here. This is, they call this Brushwood Lake. You know, we've gotten a lot of rain so far this year. It's been nice. I mean, we haven't had like a really good rainfall in like, I don't know, 8 or 10 years, it seems like. A lot of low-lying spots have just been dry. And, you know, this year I see a lot of these lower-lying spots holding water now. Like this area under here. This area was always holding water, you know, 12, 14 years ago. Even today, it's still not holding any water. A little bit. Whoa, there's a big tree across the thing. Oh my gosh. I wasn't paying attention. I'm looking at the video. If I was riding too close to one side, that might have got me. Damn it. Anyway. So here we go. Here's Perchy. I've been doing a lot of research, a lot of online digging about, you know, how some of these waterways, ooh, the water's up. That's nice, I like that. How some of these waterways act. And I think I've decided that this bridge here is kind of a choke point because it gets really shallow under here and the water, you know, fish couldn't pass. How much current we got? It's maybe a tad faster than I was out here last time. I think the water is up a little bit. What do you guys think? Well, yeah, so I'm not going to go quite as far down this time. I'm just going to maybe a quarter mile down from the bridge over here and get set up on the bank. See what we can do this morning. All right, I'm here. I got the rods all set up. We're super close to where I was last time. I was like maybe 30 or 50 feet down that way, but it's cool. It's just hard to get back here in these creeks sometimes. It's really overgrown and stuff. But so here's what we're gonna do this morning. We got a little test. We're gonna do, you know, bigger baits versus medium versus small. And I've got corresponding hooks to go with it. I've got 8/0 hooks. I've got 2 of the 8/0 hooks. I got 2 of the 6/0 hooks, and I got 2 of the 4/0 hooks. I'm gonna put the small bait on the 4, the medium on the 6, and the big on the 8. So give me 2 seconds, I'll get it rigged up. Alrighty, fellas, we got everything set up. Got the cutting board sitting over here with some extra water. Bike all stowed back there. So we got a big chunk on an 8/0 hook. We got a medium-sized chunk on a 6/0 hook, and we got a small chunk on a 4/0 hook. I'm gonna get these boogers cast out there. I think it's probably fair to move them around every 15 minutes too. You know, put this one where that one was, put this one where that one was, put this one over where that one was, and vice versa, and flip them all around. So so let's get them out there, and we'll go from there. Let's start with this one. I think I want to put this one on the other side of the creek over there. Here, I'm going to put one of these other rods down so I can mess with this. Give me some space to work. I like that. Set that on the ground while I get the other one cast out. Like this one a little bit more to the left of that one. Hey, I'm happy with that too. Again, I'm going to set that on the ground while I get this third one out. Same kind of deal. Go a little bit more to the left. Ooh, look at all that bubbling out there. Oh, don't fall down. Sweet. There we go. Yeah. And last one. I think that's good enough. I like all that. I ain't mad at that. You know. Come on, tanks. All right, fellas. All the bait and line are in the water. I don't know what time it is. What time is it? I don't know. It's before 7. I think I'm going to be out here for maybe 4 hours, trying to head home. It's supposed to be hot today. It's supposed to be like 94, some craziness. So I'm gonna get home before that happens. So anyway, we'll get the camera back on when it happens. I think we got a fish on. Check it out. He's moving. Got trees. No shit. We had something. I'm gonna get this cast back out there. Something had it. That's for sure. Try to fall in the creek here. Whoa. Oh, there goes a snake. Hey, Mr. Snake. What is he doing? Oh, that's not a snake, that's a gar. It looked like a snake the way he was slithering around. Jeez. Okay, anyway. I think we got something. Here, fellas. You have something? No. Wow, there was so much movement over there. That was crazy. It was like a... Yeah, my freaking thing is stuck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get it. It was like a whole swarm of carp moved all at once. Anyway, I think we got something. Come on, give it to me. He's taking it, whatever it is. Come on. Oh yeah, come on. Do you let go of it? Oh, you. What was that? What was that? You take my bait? Yep. Alright. I'm gonna get re-rigged up and cast it back out. That was an okay size. You saw him running with it. Ooh. I think we might got something, fellas. Got a line twitching. See what we got. That is a snag. Something was pulling on it though, and it brought it over to the snag. It's not on there now. I think I lost the bait. I gotta pull it in so I can see if I lost the bait. Yeah, it looks like it's on there, but I want to get it back out there anyway. So. I swear, some of these are turtles. They gotta be turtles. Because when the catfish takes your bait and first hooks up and you pull in on him, he shakes his head real hard. You're like, and you can feel it. You can feel it playing his way back up in the cold. Turtles don't do that. And so, anyway. I think we might got something on the pull all the way to the left there. I don't think it's the wind blowing the line around. Come on, do what you're gonna do. Look at that, look at that. What was that? Lost the bait. Oh, I got the rod holder with me. I don't know what that was, fellas, but we lost it. It's good size, whatever it was. Alright, let me get baited back up. Look at that. Line's all jumping around again. I think I'm going to wait till he pulls it hard this time. I mean, if it's in his mouth, it's in his mouth. You know what I mean? awful lot of bubbling going on in the water over here. Look at that. Come on, do what you're gonna do. I feel like I've gotten like 4 or 5 okay hits this morning, but nothing landed on the bank. So we'll see. It ain't because of what we're doing. I'm telling you, it's carp or turtles or something like that. I don't know that I've actually almost caught a catfish yet. We'll see. Dude, we got something. I heard the rattles come out of the water. What the fuck? That was crazy. I heard the rattles come out of the water. The bait's gone. That's crazy. I heard the rattles come up out of the water. I mean, we're getting decent bites here, fellas. We're just not we're not landing them. All right, I'm gonna get this one baited up. This is the little bait, so I'm gonna get it baited back up and get it back out. So there's lines, all kinds of jumping around. But is it a catfish? We don't know. If it's a catfish, he'll bend the pole. Come on, bend it. Do it. Whatever it was, let go of it. I saw the lure come up, and I saw the bait was still on the hook. See, this is a small hook. I don't know if that makes any difference really, but I mean, we've been getting some steady nibbles and stuff, but it's not. We gotta get the tank from down there to up here. That's the goal. I mean, I think my personal best being almost 12 pounds. I think that's a good sized catfish. Don't get me wrong, but I want something a little bigger. We're gonna get him. He's here. We're gonna take him home today. Watch. See if the line's flicking again. It can't be the same fish, right? And that's not the wind, because if it was the wind, it'd be all 3 lines doing it. It's not. Even the pole's twitching a little bit. Come on, dude, take it. Take it. I like this spot right here too, because there's a good spot for them to drag the fish kind of up through the bank. That's part of the reason why I'm using such heavy lines and stuff. Number one, there's potential me catching a big fish out here. Number two, see, normally you can use a line lighter than the fish you're trying to catch, because you know, a 30-pound fish doesn't weigh 30 pounds in the water. You know what I mean? He can't pull 30 pounds. But for here, because I'm getting him up on the bank and I got to drag him like 15 feet up onto the, to get him up here, that's heavy. And once you got a fish like that and you're trying to pull him up, if he weighs 20 pounds, I'm pulling more than 20 pounds. So if I was to use 30-pound line out here and I caught, you know, a 20-pound fish, I'd probably break the line. Same thing with the tackle. The reason why I use an 80-pound leader for my rigs, because that's where all your wear and tear happens. It's where, you know, it's bumping against rocks and sticks, and that's where the fish are biting it. So you want that. You always want your leader to be really stout. I think we might, oh, I see a turtle. See? I'm telling you, that's what was screwing me, the turtle. He's sitting at the top of the water and he saw me and he dipped back down real quick. Look at that, immediately starts taking my thing. I'm telling you, that's a turtle. Look at that. He's pulling it, but that's a turtle. I'm telling you, it's a turtle. I just saw him like 2 seconds ago. Cat. Oh, there's a cat. Dinner. We're at the grocery store today, folks. We just got groceries. Yeah, buddy, we got him. We got him, folks. Look at that. That's probably a good 3 or 4 pounder again. Dude, I love these. I call these dinks. Putting dinks in the sink. Yeah, buddy. I'm happy with that. You kidding me? Oh. Ha ha. Ha ha. Look at that. I almost lost him, but I caught him. Ha ha. All right. Let me let me get this dude cleaned up, and we'll get it back at it. I'm gonna weigh him too. I'll let you guys know what he weighed. Alright, I got that dude all taken care of and tucked away. We put him on ice. So, yeah, this pull over here on the end, the line is twitching around, I think that's why it turns on. I do is just a little over 2 pounds. Little dink, it's okay. Them little dudes, anything under 5 pounds tastes really good, dude. They're all really good fish. The bigger they get, they start tasting muddy and not so good. Plus, you know, catfish can live a long time, 20, 30 years and stuff. So, you know, when you need an animal that's 20, 30 years old, it's been consuming a lot of toxins from its environment. So you're consuming some of those toxins eating that meat. The older the animal is, the more potential there is for those toxins. Let's see what that other line's doing down there. There's been a lot of slack put in it. It's not moving around, but there's a lot of slack for some reason. I thought I lost it. It's not a bad morning out here though. I mean, I got swarmed by mosquitoes a little bit. Feeling the heat. I'm not sure what time it is. I'm sure it's got to be a little after 9 o'clock maybe, be my guess. I plan on staying here till about 10:30ish maybe. Try and be home by 11:30. Taking about an hour to get out of here. Alright, we'll get you back on if something happens. That middle line's dancing around a little more than the other ones are. I think we got somebody. There's been bubbles all around it. For a good couple minutes. So if there was one that was going to hit, I thought it would be this one. All right. Wish I'd had the camera out a little bit ago. An eagle perched on this tree right across the creek from me. It was one of the babies. Didn't have the white head yet. It was kind of startled to see me. It was like, who are you? Sat there for maybe 30 seconds and flew off. All right, we'll get back on when there's action. What do you guys think these bubbles are? So I've heard all kinds of things, like it's decaying matter under the water that's just releasing gases. I've heard it's turtles, I've heard it's catfish. Whatever it is, it's not the decaying volcanic matter because it's moving around. First they were up against this log really close over here, and then they moved over here, and then they've kind of moved back over here. And it's like a trail. It's like something's right there at the bottom of the creek blowing bubbles and the water's trailing off. It's like a straight line of bubbles. There's multiples out here doing it. 4 or 5 of them. I can only see two right now. They're over here. There's one there. Oop, these lines are moving a little bit. I mean, that's why I thought that this pole would hit, because that's where I've been seeing a lot of the bubbles, is right over close to this one. See, I've also been seeing that too. Turtles coming up, getting there, and going back down. But I'm not seeing bubbles over where he's at. See, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4 trails of bubbles right now. They're all just kind of over in this area right there. So here's another turtle. I see he's moving. He's kind of moving this way through the creek, it looks like. I'm not sure. I watched these bubbles move around the whole time. That's what I'm saying. That whatever it is, it's coming from something alive. Because there's even some right over right here right now. I just heard somebody go running by on the trail. The trail's literally like right over here. Alright, we'll get back at it when there's some fish action. There's a lot of bubbles like right here next to this root ball right here. Because that's the roots of this tree right here. And then I saw a whole bunch of bubbles kind of trailed off right here, and I saw the mud get all cloudy. You know, like some fish is just rooting around in the mud, kicking stuff up. But I didn't see anything identifiable. So I don't know if it's like a carp or a catfish. I don't think it's a turtle though. But it could be. I just don't know either way. I've never I've never seen anything that was definitive that was told me that, nope, that's what those are. So now the bubbles are gone. It's not over right. Fine. All right, fellas, we're calling it. We got that one. That's cool. You know, I mean, that's dinner, right? But, you know, I put a lot of planning into this trip, and I've made some real specific notes about this location and what the water conditions are, and I'm just going to keep logging those kinds of things, and we're gonna see what kind of algorithms pop up. You know what I mean? We're gonna fine tune this. We're definitely gonna be landing some tanks pretty soon. That's it for today. Get back at you next time.